There is no worse feeling than that first week or that first month, truthfully, at a new job. I can distinctly remember my first month or so at my current job. My current job is my first full-time post-grad social work job. I felt like all eyes were on me. I felt like not only am I the new girl, but I'm also a new grad, and everyone is looking at me and waiting for me to mess up. I was completely lost, and I really took a few months to develop these 7 key strategies that I'm going to share with you today. And I'm sharing them because I don't want you to take a few months to figure this out. I want you to know from day one that you are respectable, you are qualified, and I want you to walk into your job confident on day one. Truthfully, a lot of these strategies I still do daily, like managing my time, maintaining a work-life balance, but we'll get to all that later. First of all, welcome to the channel if you're new here. Welcome back if you caught me in an old video. My name is Lily Elizabeth, and I am actually a licensed master of social work in my state. Current job is my first full-time post-grad job. A little bit of background on me. My first degree was actually in criminal justice. I had my bachelor's in criminal justice, and I worked as a police dispatcher for about 3 years before I decided that my heart really lies in social work, and so I went to get my master's in social work. And there was a lot of imposter syndrome that came with that from not having a bachelor's in social work where some of my classmates did. The imposter syndrome is a whole different topic that I've talked about previously on my channel, and I will continue to talk about. But the point of this is that there was just so much anxiety starting my career as a social worker. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my 7 key strategies that I have learned and I have developed that have really helped me start my first job in my career. Because starting that first job can be really exciting, but also really intimidating. But I am here to share with you these, like I said, 7 key strategies to help you not really feel that imposter syndrome show up and wow everybody. Tip number 1 is to ask questions and seek for clarification, because it's completely normal to not understand everything that first week or month or so on a new job, but it's really important to ask questions and find the right answers so you do know what you're talking about. So don't hesitate to ask questions. I can't really remember if I mentioned it earlier, but I'm actually a medical social worker and I work in a hospital setting. I had no medical knowledge. I didn't know these medical acronyms. I don't know medications. It was all foreign knowledge to me. So I really had to ask questions and genuinely learn. The other important thing to remember is that asking questions genuinely shows that you're interested in doing the job well. It's going to look good to your employer. And it also shows that you don't want to make a mistake. You're asking for clarification so that you can do the job well. Tip number 2 is to build relationships with your colleagues and get to know each other. I'm still working on this one, but I think it's really important because your colleagues, especially people in your same field, are going to be your professional contacts. This is your network that you're building. But also, building that strong support system, the network of colleagues that you have, is going to make working together feel so much more comfortable. You're going to feel so more connected with each other. Everything is going to go a lot more smooth when you kind of know how each other works and you know a little bit about each other. Like I said, I'm still working on this one. I actually work with one other social worker on my unit at the hospital, and the first few months were really rocky. We just hadn't connected. We didn't get to know each other yet. And over time, we connected, we got to know each other, and we have a good workflow together. It made, like I said, working together a lot smoother. Tip number 3 is to set clear expectations with your manager early on. Early on, you're going to want to have a conversation with your manager, even during the interview if you can. You want to know what success is going to look like in your role. What are your responsibilities? What are goals? Establish this early on so that there's no confusion. This is going to help you stay aligned with what your manager is going to expect of you and it's going to give you a clear roadmap on how to start your job and what your career path is going to look like. So for me, in my interview, I made it very clear to my manager that I am looking to pursue my clinical social work license, and I'm really focused on mental health. Medical social work is not my forte, and I told her that very early on. I established that I want to focus on the mental health aspects of our patients. I set clear expectations with her about what I would like to do, and she in turn set clear expectations with me about what she would like me to do. Tip number 4 is to manage your time effectively and stay organized. I'm very fortunate that when I started in this job, the other social worker, my coworker, created a detailed list for me on what I do each day. Monday, you're gonna clock in and do this, and this. Tuesday, you're gonna do this, and this. And it made things great. If you don't have that, if that's not afforded to you, develop that for yourself. Write a list, a daily, break it down by time if you have to. What do you do each day and when do you need to do it? Another really important thing for me is a daily planner. I have used planners for years and years and years, and so I know what works for me. For me, I need a vertical layout and I need it to be broken down hourly. I keep my planner on my desk so that it's always open, I'm always looking at it, and I don't deviate from a routine. Tip number 5 is going to sound a little counterintuitive, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. This is going to sound so cliche, but truthfully, every part of your life is a learning process, and this job is a learning experience as well. Mistakes are a natural part of the process, but what's important is that you learn from it and you grow from it and you learn how to not make that mistake in the future. I really think that employers appreciate employees that take responsibility and continuously try to do better and, like I said, learn from their mistakes. Tip number 6 is to be proactive and take initiative. It's really important as a new employee to do this, so don't wait around for instruction. Take initiative and ask where you can help and how you can add value to the team. Not only does this show your commitment to the team, but it also demonstrates that you have value. It helps you stand out as the new employee who really wants to make an impact. Tip number 7, our final tip, is to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Probably the most important tip on this list, to be honest. It's really easy to get caught up in trying to prove yourself as a professional in this work environment, but don't neglect your personal life while you're doing that. Make time for your hobbies, your friends, your family, anything that brings you joy. Maintaining a healthy work-life balance is what's going to keep you from burning out, and I made a whole video about burnout and compassion fatigue in the past. I could do a whole video on the importance of hobbies that you don't monetize, you're not making a business out of them, they're purely for your own joy. For example, content creation is a hobby for me. Also, I enjoy walking every day. I have a daily leaving work routine that really sets me apart from my professional life and helps me reintegrate into my personal life. So now you have my 7 key strategies into successfully thriving in your first job. Starting your career can be really overwhelming, but with the right mindset and strategies, you are sure to set your career off on the right foot. You are well on your way to success if you follow these 7 key strategies, I'm sure of it. So thank you so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful or anything like that, if you're excited to stick around and see other videos like this, I would love if you subscribe. Stick around with me. My next video is going to be all about how to be the it girl in 2025. So if that sounds interesting to you, like I said, go ahead and subscribe. Stick around for that next video. But until then, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.